The concept of cultural imperialism, particularly in its early stages, centers around the idea that powerful, industrialized Western nations have the ability to shape global culture, norms, and values by exporting their media products to poorer, developing nations. Scholars who researched this phenomenon initially concentrated on the role of nation-states, viewing them as primary agents in this cultural exchange. The central claim was the Western countries not only exported material goods and services, but also sociocultural values, reinforcing their dominance on the global stages. One of the key aspects of cultural imperialism is the imbalance in the global flow of media. Western nations, particularly the United States and Europe, dominated the production and export of news, and entertainment, and advertising, leading to an overwhelming presence of Western cultural products in the global marketplace. As a result, developing nations became largely dependent on these Western media outputs, with their own cultural narratives and perspectives often sidelined or misrepresented. This bias in the global media flow has been observed both in terms of quantity and quality. First, the sheer volume of media exported by Western countries far surpassed the media imparted by those in the global South. The imbalance in media distribution meant that audiences in developing countries were primarily exposed to Western stories, ideas, and ideologies, further perpetuating the cultural dominance of Western nations. Second, the quality of the coverage provided the developing nation was often superficial, stereotypical, or downright prejudicial. Western media tended to portray developing countries in a one-dimensional negative light, frequently focusing on poverty, conflict, or exoticization, thereby reinforcing harmful stereotypes about this nation and their peoples. This process of cultural imposition was not simply about spreading entertainment. It was a means of reinforcing power dynamics and perpetuating the status of global inequality by influencing how people in the global South saw themselves and their world. Western nations could assess control over global narratives and promote values that align with their political, economic, and ideological interests. As a result, media became a key tool for cultural imperialism with long-lasting effects on global perception, identity formation, and the international culture hierarchy. This imbalance in cultural exchange also raises important questions about the role of media in shaping public opinion, not only in the developing world but globally. It calls for a critical examination of how media production is concentrated in a few hands and how this concentration affects cultural diversity, presentation, and global power relations. The legacy of cultural imperialism, while evolving in response to new media technologies and global interconnectedness, continues to shape our understanding of cultural exchange and dominance.